Celeb beef is always juicy to read about, but while some stars take to throwing shade on Twitter and hiding behind their social media channels, others decide to air out their grievances in public with audiences present. Here are some celebs that got into fights on live TV. Cardi B's meteoric rise to the top seemingly came out of nowhere. From stripper to Vine queen, the future Bodak Yellow rapper used her online fame to transition into reality TV, starring in VH1's Love and Hip Hop. She left the show after 2 seasons to pursue her music career. Yet there's one moment in the series that will forever live on for fans. During a 2017 reunion special episode, Cardi B and her co-star Asia Davies were about to discuss their love triangle with Davies' ex, music producer Swift. Before her castmate had a chance to say anything, Cardi leaned forward, took off her stiletto, and hurled it straight at Davies' chest. A loud thud was heard, and the audience gasped, while the girls almost found themselves in a full-fledged brawl. While the moment itself was unforgettable, it wouldn't be the last time Cardi B would find herself flinging heels in public. According to TMZ, her long-lasting feud with fellow female rap icon Nicki Minaj would turn violent at a New York Fashion Week Harper's Bazaar party in 2018, with Cardi B taking off her shoe yet again and hurling it at the Anaconda celeb. This time she missed and didn't get her heel back immediately, reportedly leaving the starlet to hobble out of the bash sans one piece of her footwear.
I know you're mad. I know you're mad.
Chanel West Coast is an MTV reality television darling known for her rise to fame on Rob Dyrdek's Fantasy Factory, her close friendship with Dyrdek himself, and their TV show Ridiculousness, on which she's a co-host. West Coast quickly became a favorite on Ridiculousness due to her bubbly personality and infectious laugh. But during one episode in 2017, she decided to ditch her fun temperament for a full-on verbal brawl with radio personality Charlamagne the God. The fight started after Charlamagne called West Coast a, quote, whack rapper, causing her to fire back immediately, listing her entire musical career to date. West Coast dished, "You can have opinions, but it doesn't mean they're right." West Coast later spoke to 2Fab, explaining the difficulties she faces of being a female rapper and her fight with Charlamagne. She revealed, "It's actually less about race and more about being a woman. I knew he was stating I was a whack rapper on a platform where all my fans were watching and millions of viewers were watching. The last thing I was gonna do was let somebody call me a whack rapper and not use that time right there to state the facts and set things straight." It's no secret that Andy Cohen is a somewhat shady late-show host. The Watch What Happens live entertainer regularly stirs the pot, and his show has been home to some iconic moments, such as egging Paris Hilton on to trash-talk her former Naughty's pal Lindsay Lohan, or the time he started a feud with Nene Leakes by making fun of her fashion choices. Another moment where Cohen, quote, unknowingly started drama when he invited known enemies Kenya Moore and Michael Rapaport to the same episode in 2018. Immediately, Cohen decided to address the elephant in the room, with the Real Housewives of Atlanta starlet calling him out for knowing what he'd done. Cohen then turned to Rapaport and told him, "You've been trash-talking Kenya for a while on Twitter." Cohen had already moved on to his next target, asking Moore if she had anything she'd like to say. Smiling, Moore threw the following shade, stating, "I mean, you know, peasants can't summon queens." Of course, the whole thing escalated from there, with name-calling coming from both parties until Rapaport declared, "You wish you were me, Kenya," as the audience gasped, and to which Kenya replied,
"A middle-aged fat white guy." No! Not really!
Former Fox News anchor Megyn Kelly has been involved in many controversial moments. For instance, after leaving Fox to host Megyn Kelly Today on NBC in 2017, she made a massive on-air error when she asked what was so wrong dressing up in blackface for Halloween. Her show got canceled. Still, when it comes to controversial moments, she doesn't have anything on Donald Trump, who she faced off with at a Republican primary debate in 2015. As The Apprentice host took the stage, Kelly asked him bluntly, "You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account." She was then cut off by Trump, who said, quote, "Only Rosie O'Donnell."
For the record, it was well beyond Rosie O'Donnell.
Yes.
Kelly wasn't amused. "Your Twitter account has several disparaging comments about women's looks. You once told a contestant on Celebrity Apprentice it would be a pretty picture to see her on her knees. Does that sound to you like the temperament of a man we should elect as president?" Getting defensive, Trump then threw shade at Kelly while the crowd laughed, saying, "Honestly, Megyn, if you don't like it, I'm sorry. I've been very nice to you, although I could probably maybe not be based on the way you have treated me." And of course, Trump being Trump, he immediately reportedly took to his Twitter afterward to pour salt in the wound, writing that Kelly really bombed. Saturday Night Live jokester Andy Kaufman found himself in the middle of a Late Night with David Letterman episode that went the 1982 equivalent of viral. As CNN notes, way before the rise of buzzworthy clips circulating their way online, this iconic moment had the country clamoring for bootlegged VHS and beta tapes of the incident. According to the Los Angeles Times, Kaufman started a faux side career in the early 80s as a wrestler, only wrestling women. He caught the eye of pro wrestler Jerry Lawler, who even fought him in a headline-making match. Finally, in July 1982, the two decided to go on Letterman's show to, quote, air their differences. However, as both parties got progressively lippy with one another, Lawler slapped Kaufman across the face, knocking him to the ground right before a commercial break. Once they were on air again, the comedian launched into a stream of profanities aimed at Lawler and stormed off. The spat was all over the country, with the New York Times even reporting that it wasn't staged. As it turned out, it was planned, just like pro wrestling, and it essentially paved the way for performance art gimmicks such as Borat years later. Bob Thompson, a professor of pop culture at Syracuse University, told CNN, "One of the reasons it stood the test of time is it seemed like one of those moments where something has gone terribly wrong."
There wasn't any reason to purposely hurt me. You could have proven the point by just beating me. You want to prove what a big man you are.
Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Nicki Swift videos about your favorite celebrities are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.